Yo, this Fast Eddie Chambers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to teach you about that overhand right. Now let's get into it. Now, when talking about the overhand right, like I always do, y'all know this. Gotta make sure you got that toe heel alignment, those knees bent, butt down, elbows in, hands up, right below the eyes, a solid foundation. All right, now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna kind of mime it, you know what I mean? Showing you the principles behind the overhand right, and how it's kind of, I guess, supposed to look or finish or go, whatever. But I'm going to demonstrate open-handed probably on the bag. I don't have no gloves on me right now. I mean, I should, right? I'm a fighter and a trainer, but I could get some, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to just show you the principles. This is just for you to understand it. You can see how it works, okay? Now, first thing I'm going to say is in this particular combination, this particular shot that you throw, the idea is to kind of make it, because you throw straight right hands, you throw right hooks, you throw all these different shots straight on, right? You want the person's, in this particular situation, this is a shot that is a trailer, meaning it comes behind you, right? There's other trailer shots that you go to the body, you go to the hand with, that come kind of behind you. This is one of the biggest ones and the most important ones that a lot of guys use at any weight. Heavyweights, I think, probably utilize it a tad bit more than the others. But the idea is for them to not expect it. And the way for them not to expect it, and most people do this, most fighters do it, it's hard not to. Follow the guy's head, right? So the first thing that I'm gonna do when I'm attempting to throw this shot is, first off, a lot of times maybe you should have like a stab jab to the body, maybe even a jab up to the head, or a feint, or anything like that to kind of draw a little attention to your offensive side, right? And then now you take your head and then step that left foot slightly outside the let's say the hip or the elbow of the guy, or whatever you can get to. Have him watch your head, right? As he's watching your head, you're looking at him. And that foot, and now that shot's coming behind here. You see that shot's now arcing over. He's lost contact with whatever offense you're going to throw because he's so focused on where you are and what shot can be thrown from there. Because he's going to probably think that I'm going over here, he's going over there, he's going to throw that shot to the body, right? And obviously that's the main thing I would do if I'm slipping to that front foot most of the time. But in this situation, and I know this, if I'm going to go to that side, I'm trailing with this shot. And this is how a lot of guys get caught and knocked out with it because they don't see the shot coming. It's a really, really difficult shot to track because you're so, like I said, most of the time, and we all are guilty of this, is seeing what's in front of us and not paying attention to what's really going on in total. All right? And in this situation, this could be real detrimental. So if I'm going to, and notice the technique with it. I'm stepping my foot here too, slightly outside. So now he's tracking me. Maybe he's not even thinking about me offensively. Maybe he's looking to land that shot on me because he sees my head so easily. And then he's not focused on what's coming back. Remember, it's always two-way traffic. Never no one-way traffic, and it shouldn't be in boxing, all right? So when I step this foot here, he's looking at me. And most likely, obviously, because I'm about to uncork this overhand right, this hand is not necessarily in sight to block. So he's looking like, ooh, I got an opportunity to land a shot. Why wouldn't he think that, right? The problem is, what's coming behind me is something that can knock him out. You know what I mean? So, and then once you do it, once you step that foot over, you go over that front foot, and this is the only one of the rare times that I'm going to say you can kind of get your nose over the knee a little bit. You know what I mean? As long as you have your hips under you, you're going to be kind of a little out of alignment, but the idea is to get enough weight over that foot, bringing that shot over, to deliver the blow that's necessary to get him out of it, right? Or at least hurt him, or at least get his attention, right? So if I'm going to do that, I'm stepping that foot, and I'm still going to get disengaged and bring that back foot too. So it's going to boom. See how I'm able to do it? I'm able to turn the hip. I'm over here, and then guess what? You want to either roll back to the beginning position, or you want to pivot out. to make sure you're out of danger. Always got to make sure you're defensively responsible no matter what we're doing, all right? Now, I'm going to kind of show you in the bag a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm going to smack the heck out of this bag real quick and let you know. Don't mess with me like that. but no, it's the same thing. I'm going to step that foot, rip it over. See that? Same. And you notice it's coming from behind. It's not in front of me. It's not here. It's here. Where I'm almost looking back. You might not even necessarily look at the guy's head. You might, but you're looking this way. So even though your eyes are focused on his head, he can't necessarily tell because he's looking at your head, but you're also looking at his, but maybe kind of in an awkward way. So he's not able to track it and pay attention to what's coming. Once again, he doesn't know. He can't tell what's coming. So once again, step that foot over, bring that rear hand over, land that shot, might be over. And that's the overhand right. Okay, when talking about that, we're going to go to the southpaw. When talking about the southpaw overhand right. Oh, wait. Once again, like I do for the orthodox, just like I do all the time, we got to make sure we got this toe heel alignment, these knees slightly bent, butt down, elbows in, hands up, right below the eyes, a solid foundation. And now, like in some cases, orthodox southpaw, this particular move you can do it as an orthodox guy or a southpaw fighter, right? Okay? But sometimes I think the benefit is a little greater for, be it, certain things for orthodox, certain things for southpaw. I can kind of argue, maybe not argue, there's greater benefits to doing it as a southpaw against an orthodox guy. And obviously it's the rear hand, and most times that lines up better. Also gets you out of danger earlier because if you're, if you're a southpaw and you're kind of lined up with an orthodox guy, your lead hands are on the same side, right? So if I'm going to throw my overhand left as a southpaw, I'm going to step just like I did as an orthodox. I'm going to step this left foot over here, and if you can see as my left foot steps with that hand, it's going around, ready to uncork that trailer shot over the top, okay? And then I'm going to bring my hip and bring it through just like I would as if I was an orthodox guy, right? All right. So, but what makes this possibly a little better is the angle of how your left hand can land on an orthodox guy, right? If you are leaning further, you're stepping that foot over there, you're outside of any firing zone that he has right here. Like even his hook he would struggle to land his hook in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm getting my foot outside, especially that far, and if you got an orthodox guy in front of you, and like he's fairly close, once you step here, you're pretty much safe. And once again, if I see a guy who's southpaw and he steps out this way, in most cases, if I'm unschooled at this, I'm going to look at the head like, oh, I may even think I got an opportunity to land that shot right there. And I might try to turn and think about trying to get it. But even though it's an awkward way to land it, I couldn't probably get enough pop on it. It's still an opportunity to throw it. So I may try to throw it. And then once I do that, I lose focus of what's coming at me. And here comes that overhand left. Boom, I get caught as an orthodox guy. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to make this move, once again, the technique of it for me to explain is you step this left foot in that direction. Now, you could also start by popping a jab first, be it body, head, wherever. And then once you do that, once you let that go, then, and yes, I took another step because I want to make sure I'm getting in position. So boom, then I bring that shot over. If I'm throwing in an accommodation and I'm throwing like a jab and then an overhand, probably the first step is going to be enough. But once again, in that particular situation, he's either maybe moving some way, because if you threw the jab, you may have made him try to maybe evade it in a way of going maybe to your left and his right. And then here you come bringing the shot over from him not, being blinded by whatever you've done in the first place to kind of get the shot open. That's a little different. But if he's just standing there and you're looking to throw a change of pace in there and maybe a little feint, and then you're going to step and bring that shot over. You know what I'm saying? And then once you step and bring that shot over, the hip still turns just as if you were throwing it and throwing a punch in place. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna turn that hip with the step, all right? Now I'm gonna attempt to try this on the bag, but this shoulder ain't been too good recently, so we're gonna try, all right? We're gonna try. So the idea, once again, very similar to how I explained it. Well, it's the same as to how I explained it for the orthodox. You step this foot over and rip that shot behind. All right, see how I'm looking back? I'm looking at the guy because he's probably looking at me. And if he is, then you know that shot has a hell of a chance of landing. And that could be the end of the fight. All right, so one more time, step, boom, bring that shot over. Always make sure you're keeping some defensive responsibility. You roll back, or once you land it, you pivot out. Getting away from any danger, all right? A little long-winded, but that's what I said. I do for the orthodox just as much as I do southpaws. I'm making sure all y'all get this information, all right? And that is a overhand left for my southpaws. And that is the overhand right and the overhand left for my southpaws. And this is how you fight like a pro.